Evening all, welcome to the Chelsea Football FanCast. I am Stamford Chidge, and this, of course, because I forgot, is a show that is fueled by Guinness. It certainly was on Saturday night, blimey. It is also powered by celery, my favourite vegetable, and it is a show that no longer likes or even approves of the magic of the FA Cup. Yes, indeed, tonight's show is the Chelsea Football FanCast Shocking, which is the only way to describe everything about Saturday, as I alluded to, including my post-match beer session in the Rose afterwards. But never mind. Now, like me, you are all probably still reeling from what was arguably our worst ever FA Cup defeat on Saturday. Let's be honest, we were thumped by a Division 3 side, having led 2-0. To paraphrase a recent horrible chant by away fans, Jose's right, his team was shite. Conceding 4 goals without reply was indeed a disgrace, and they should be ashamed, as should Jose. After all, he picked the B team. But anyway, hopefully the additional rest that going out of the Cup means will enable us to bring home the Premier League and the Champions League this year. And of course, we get the chance to set matters completely right and straight tomorrow by sealing a visit to Wembley by beating the Mickey Mousers. And I, for one, am looking forward to that. But before all of that, we have a show to do. And we have the lovely Sophie Rose, the Test Daily, to my Bruce Forsyth.
Thank you.
You sure?
Hello, everyone. Hi.
You're a bit gobsmacked by that. You weren't expecting that, were you?
Where? I don't know where that came from.
I don't know. From my strange mind. I have a very strange mind.
Well,
I'm
taking it as a compliment, everyone.
It is a compliment. To you, not for me, obviously.
And to you,
I don't want to be compared to Bruce Forsyth.
Bruce is like the biggest TV legend ever.
Is he a love legend?
What do you not
pause. So anyway, Sophie, enough of my stupidity, because remember I got told off about that last week, and I know who and where you are, by the way. Yes. So who have we got on the show tonight? Sophie.
Well, we have me.
We know that. Move on.
Nothing
to see here.
We have Dr. Mart.
Yes, Dr. Mart.
Good evening.
Hey. How are you?
Love this man.
I'm very well.
I'm
very well, actually.
Good. We've missed you greatly.
Oh.
Then we have Charlie Skillen, who also writes for the Mail Online.
Charlie Skillen on the Mail.
Thanks very much.
Thank you.
Oh, that's a new one.
No, it's not. It's my old and original chant for Charlie.
Yes, very good. Yeah.
And then we have Dan Silver.
Evening all.
Oi. Good to see you, Dan.
And we have a guest this week, all the way from Brazil.
From where in Brazil?
Sao Paulo.
Sao Paulo.
Sao Paulo. It's Felipe.
Felipe Maia. Felipe!
Hello, Felipe.
Right, for those that don't know, like Sophie, Felipe used to come along to Putney Station when we used to record the show down there, and he used to come and enjoy the show with us. So we've known Felipe for a long time. It's really lovely to see him here. Now, we've kind of got like half semi-benches this week.
We do, we have half. I like it, I quite like it though.
I like it.
I like it, it's more cosy.
It is, isn't it? Now, if you want to be on the benches, people who are not here but would like to be here, what do they have to do, Sophie?
You can, you can tweet me if you want at Chelsea FanCast.
You can do that.
Or you can email us at chelseafancast@gmail.com. That's it, really, isn't it?
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Pretty much it. But this evening, if you would like to interact with me, you can tweet us, as I just said.
Lovely.
And you can listen in on Mixler, which
Lovely.
is, if I remember correctly, mixler.com/Chelsea-fancast.
Very good. It's exactly what it says here, Sophie. You're brilliant.
Yes. I don't know why I'm looking at your script rather than mine.
I don't know. You look at your own script.
God.
This is my script.
I'm back to normal now.
Anyway, enough. On the show tonight, we will be kicking off with the ratings, or is it the rantings for the Bradford match? I'm not quite sure. And then we'll be asking what went wrong. Was it the worst FA Cup defeat in our history? And are there any positives to take from it? After all of that, we'll be looking back at last week's first leg, Pt.1 Cup semi-final against Liverpool, and looking forward to the second leg tomorrow night, which is going to be a cracker. And we'll be asking, was it a tactical master plan, or did we get away with it? And after more comments about the Chelsea supporters, we'll be asking, what is Jose Mourinho up to? He's not the special one. He's a very, very naughty boy.
Hold on a minute, that's what you think?
Well, that's what I think, yeah. And of course, after all of that, Sophie,
yes.
I can tell you for a fact, this is a Chidge fact, there is no Chelsea Chatter stats. And there's a good reason for why, which I will read out later, which means there's more time for what we like to call Sophie's Choice, which is where you're going to be answering questions.
What are we going to call the Oscars again?
The Oscars? No, the fact that there's no fannies. Oh, actually, well done, well reminded. Yes, there are no fannies this week as well. That's another thing, because basically There's no contenders for man of the match. There's no contenders for Guinness moments. There's no contenders for
There were
shot
no
of the match.
chance.
There were no chance. There were lots of Guinness moments, but basically I couldn't be bothered.
Well, there's nothing to write about, is there, really?
Exactly.
It was poor
Nothing to see. Move along. Right, anyway, before we get going, how are you all? Because we didn't really do that. We got kind of confused.
Well.
Are you all right?
As well as can be expected
What's
under
with,
the circumstances.
What's with the Penfold glasses, Smart?
Because
I like 'em.
well, you know, I went on a cruise. The
Yes.
day before I went on the cruise, I lost my glasses.
Did you?
Oh, no.
So yesterday, I was clearing my house out because I've got to get everything out of it because we've got builders coming in.
Okay.
And guess what I found?
My
My glasses.
All right, okay. What I want to know, I've got one question for you and one question alone. Did you actually go down to the Craven Cottage to Fulham and nick those off Felix Magath?
No.
I don't believe you.
No, because he's not there anymore.
Well, I know,
Yeah, I was
but
gonna
I reckon
say,
he
is
nicked
he
his
still
glasses. And how are you, Charlie? Have you had a good week?
Very well. Yeah, it was going all right until Saturday.
You had a cracking night last night,
I
didn't you?
did, yeah, it was awesome. Football Writers Association gala tribute dinner for Didier Drogba.
Did you say hello to him?
I did.
What does he say?
Hello. No, he was very nice. He stayed behind, talked to everyone, went around the tables and stuff. Petr Cech was there doing a tribute speech to him, as was Thierry Henry. It was a really good night. It was
Magic.
Savoy, Black
What are
Tie
you
do.
I'm not. Jesus.
Because he's a football
Because I'm a
writer.
football writer, Soph.
That'd be why, Soph. I'm a
Although
football
I did have a
writer,
+1 and I couldn't get hold of you, so.
Anyway, you would have invited me.
I'm going to remember this.
You would have invited me, Charlie,
Yeah,
of course.
Of course.
Anyway, great to see you too. Dan, great to see you, mate. We're off to the match tomorrow.
Yeah,
I
indeed,
can't
yeah.
wait for that. Looking forward to that. And as always, great to see you on Saturday, Felipe. And you went to see the beautiful game after the match, didn't you?
Yeah, great band.
Great band. You liked it?
Yeah, better than the match.
Good. Well, yeah, it wouldn't be hard. All right, OK, time to get on with the football. And it's time to do the ratings for Chelsea versus Bradford.
I'm surprised there are ratings.
There are, but only because I nicked them from Mark Worrell's ESPN column.
Oh,
So
there
thank
they
you,
are.
Marco, for these ratings. And I'm glad I did because they're suitably bad. They're also suitably quite... I don't know, I hope you're seeing that at home because we've got a bit of underscan on our TV here. But what do you want to read them out, Soph?
I shall do indeed. OK, so these are the ratings for Chelsea versus Bradford. Cech 5. Christiansen 5, who I actually didn't know before this. Zuma 4.
Proper fan, Soph.
Yeah. Cahill 5. Aspilicueta 5. Mikel 4. Ramirez 5. Salah 5. Oscar 6. Remy 5. Drogba 5. And substitutions, Willian, Hazard and Fabregas all get 4 each.
I hope you noticed that Marco Worrell, in his general intelligence and wisdom, gave Oscar the highest mark, knowing full well that I would nick them for this show tonight and that you are the world's biggest Oscar fan.
I am.
But I want to ask a question of these very intelligent people. I look at Charlie, obviously. I mean, no offence, Mart. But did anyone...
None taken, Chiz.
Did anyone actually have a decent game, Charlie?
No, we lost 4-2 to Bradford after being 2-0 up.
No,
so
nobody put in a performance?
No, I'm surprised there's a 6 in there, to be honest. Funny enough, I actually think Remy was quite lively in the first half. So if anyone had to get 6, I would have given it to him. But then, he fell away in the second half, as the whole team did.
I thought the second half performance was abysmal.
It was disgraceful. They come out like they were 4-0 up, and they were only 2-1 up.
I mean,
it was pathetic.
I mean, to be fair, it's interesting, actually. I think it's Ken Barkway made a very interesting comment on Twitter today, and he said it wasn't so much that it was just, each individual performed really badly. It's actually just the team unit didn't work. And I remember when the first note I wrote about the match, because I have to write notes because I'm senile and I don't remember anything about the game.
You've got a memory like a gnat.
That's actually because I get so bad afterwards, I just forget the game.
It's all about the Guinness.
Yeah, it's all about the Guinness, Sophie. But I actually forgot. You've got to come and do a game with me one day.
I do. I know, but I'm always busy at the games because,
Yeah, I know. Anyway, so the first note that I wrote down was he's picked the B team and they're playing like they've never played together before. And I think that's, what Ken meant. But apart from all that, who were the worst defenders in your book, Smart?
I don't think anyone particularly good.
I mean, I've got
like
Cahill, Salah and Mikel written down. And that's because I got photographs of them.
Best defenders.
No, but I mean, I thought Cahill had a shocking game because he was basically leading the back
strolled
line.
about like he normally does. At least Ramirez was running up and down a bit, like he does. That's what he does. He's the Duracell bunny.
But he doesn't mark people and he lets them run through and score.
But right from the kick-off, it looked like a scratch team. It looked like they'd never met each other.
It looked like they'd never
and
played
it was
together,
a scratch team, and they played like a scratch team. And even at 2-0 up, they still looked like a scratch team. They looked flaky.
Dan, what do you reckon?
I personally thought Drogba was really poor. I was quite surprised he lasted the game. My view was, apart from that shot he had in the first half, really poor. Would have brought Remy up forward and brought on another winger. I thought Drogba was probably our worst player.
I can't remember if I'm going to talk about that in part 2, he says, looking down here. I don't care, for the risk of repeating myself. I mean, what I was going to say about Drogba, Dan, was that it reminded me of his first performance of the season. And he was awful. He looked about 150 yards off the pace for the entire match. He looked like he was 73, not 37 or whatever he is. And what occurred to me was that this, and actually as we remember, he then played a few games and he started looking really good. Yeah. You know, but he's like an old car. He needs a few miles on the clock, I think, in terms of match sharpness and match fitness to play at an effective level. You can't not play him for maybe a month or 2 months and then expect him to just turn it on. He can't. He's too old for that.
He did it a couple of times in the game. He can still hold the ball up all day once he actually gets it in the opposing penalty area. He can hold the ball up all day, stick his foot on it, and no one's going to take it off him. But his first touch was dreadful.
It was.
His first touch was further than I can kick
But
it.
it's match sharpness, Smart. Yeah. I'm convinced of it, but there you go. Before we go to a break, I'm also going to say Salah, a lot of people are saying he had a decent game. I think he's just not good enough. But
he ran about a bit.
Indeed. Anyway, we are going to be carrying, there you go, there's little Mo Salah doing the first of 73 step-overs where he didn't move the ball. I remember that, actually, very vividly.
That's right.
He was appalling.
He was appalling. I'm sorry. I don't want to be like a real miserable, he said something very bad, a miserable person tonight. I'm going to try and avoid that. But in a minute, after this little break, we're going to be carrying on talking about the Bradford game. We will see you in a mo.